Thank you for joining us for another episode of Cryptocurrent. Just one quick reminder. Cryptocurrent is a cryptocurrency and blockchain education platform that's bridging the gap between the curious newcomers who are just discovering the space and the thought leaders who are shaping its future. All opinions expressed by Richard Carthon, the Cryptocurrent team, and their guests on this show are exclusively their own opinions. You should not treat any opinion expressed by Richard, the team, and their guests as a specific inducement to make a particular investment or to follow as financial advice. This show and any other Cryptocurrent production is exclusively for informational purposes.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Cryptocurrent. Your host here, Richard Carthon. And today I have a very special guest that is joining us to talk about a really cool copy trading software that I'm excited to learn more about. We have Bart, the CEO and co-founder at Zignaly. How are you doing today?
I'm very good. Thank you for having me, Richard.
Absolutely. You're actually in a country, one of the first I'm hearing of. Can you tell us where you're located out of?
It's Andorra. It's a super tiny country, 70,000, I say users, but it's population, 70,000. It's between Spain and Andorra. It's in a mountains that there is the Pyrenees. So it's quite cool, quiet. It's good.
Absolutely. I'm going to have to check that out one day, man. That's really cool.
Sure.
I will say you are the first person I've met from there and I've interviewed from there. So this is a 2-for-1 special, everyone. I hope you're excited. But Bart, I'm excited to learn more about what you have going on. But first, let's learn more about you. Can you give us some background on yourself?
Sure. So I'm a serial entrepreneur. I have been involved in several different projects since Twitter service, dashboard for marketing for lawyers, e-commerce, and even content community. I have a strong technical background, but in the last year, since my previous startup, I have been more involved in the business side. So I have been more dealing. We like to start we have a methodology. We like to validate the idea as soon as possible. So what we try to do is we build something. We launch something to the market and we see the reaction of the market. So I usually am the one who build all these prototypes or MVPs. But lately I continue with the funding, the business relationship, and all these things. So since last 5 years, I have been working in Zignaly. We are creating a social investment platform that offer equal opportunities to everybody and everyone around the world.
That's really cool. So extensive background, serial entrepreneur, and having a ton of experiences, not just on the back end, but now getting to the front end of the business. So you've seen how the entire pie is made. So you've been working the last 5 years on Zignaly, but what was that first introduction into the crypto space? Like, how did you first find out about, crypto and blockchain?
So I think the first time that I read the white paper from Bitcoin, it was in 2014. And I remember that I was hiking with my friends and I was telling them about this new cool thing. They were looking at me as you are speaking Chinese or something like that. Because, what the hell are you talking about? But at that time, I don't know if it was $40 or $400. And I say, I missed the opportunity. This is too expensive. So I left that. I was into this other project that I was involved in that. I tried to keep the focus in what I'm working on. I didn't get really into this until 2017, where my previous project, it wasn't very good. We only have 2 or 3 customers after 3 or 4 years. So it was kind of dying. And I met one guy. I was living in the States at that time. And I met one guy that he was super super bullish in Ripple, and he told me about Ripple, and I remember that I bought some Ripple at, I don't know, 12 cents or 19 cents. And then I saw how this Ripple went to $3. And then I saw how it went again to $19, and I was still there. So I have to say that I don't have any financial background or economic background. I'm not a good trader, but it caught my attention. So at the end of, or at the beginning of 2018, I decided to create a bot for trading with all my knowledge. So obviously the bot, it didn't work at all. So, but I was super excited about and super interested in this work. So I started researching, and I discovered the signals. People who tell you when to buy, when to sell, or maybe as you do in this show with Steven, that you give your opinion. So maybe I trust you, and I say, hey, whenever Richard says something, I'm gonna buy this something. So I can create a signal from this, and I'm going to buy this something, and I'm going to do later whatever I have to do. So I discovered something, which is, if there is something worse than losing money when you are trading, is missing the opportunity. You are in the States, I'm here in Europe, so you give your show in my night, and when I wake up in the morning, you have talked about this cool thing that is already 50%. Since you talked about that, and I say, man, I missed the opportunity. So maybe because I have this technical background, I didn't understand why we have to do this manually. So I started to create a tool for automatizing all these signals and converting these signals in direct strategies. So whatever Richard say, hey, this is a cool coin, I'm gonna convert this in a buy order with 5% of my portfolio or my working capital, whatever. So we created this. I have the MVP for the summer of 2018. And in just 1 month with a private beta, we were moving like $1 million in volume trade. Now it's nothing when you see these numbers and this trade is in. But for me, at that time, it wasn't even a beta, it was an alpha. We were moving $1 million in volume trade. So it was amazing. So we keep working on this. And I realized that this was interesting because it's something that you can automatize your strategy. But the problem is that you need a huge knowledge, because one thing is when you enter into the market, and one different thing is when you exit, right? And sometimes, or I think it's more important when you exit than when you enter into the market. In fact, there is a strategy based in random entries. So anyway, I think that this wasn't what I wanted. We implemented another service, which was the copy trading. And with copy trading, we solved the problem of this signal. Because with signals, you get the entry signal, and then you have to we have like 40 or 50 different options. You can place take profit, you can place trading stop loss, DCAs, more than 30 or 50 different options.
Which is really robust. So real quick, let me just come in real quick. So with your background, you said you learned about crypto and you started to get into the space. Ripple was your first crypto that you got into. You were able to see it go up. You're also able to see it go back down. And you're like, okay, let me see if I can create a bot that can start to do some of this automated trading, which in 2018, creating that bot, especially as the market was about to go down over the next 2 years, it's probably pretty brutal. So you're like, okay, how do I create something, like you said, that can not only find a good price entry, but find a good price to exit? Because a lot of people, unfortunately, when they enter this space, think, oh, I'm a trader. Like, I'm a crypto trader. I can come in, I can buy and sell crypto. Yeah. And you're not a trader. You're an investor. You think you know how to trade, but I feel like a lot of new people who come into this space come and learn this lesson very quickly, that they are not a trader. You can learn to become one. You can become good over time, and you're going to have some losses. You're going to lose some money, but you're coming in as an investor, you're finding a project you want to put money into, and then you want to learn about it and then figure out how do you potentially start to become more of a trader. So what Zignaly does is helps you connect with these people or influencers or people who you consistently watch to try to give signals of what's going on and then give you strategies to help you become more of a trader. Does that sound about right? Or is there any more that you want to add to that?
Is right. They give you the clue, they give you the signal when to enter, but still you need to define the strategy from the signal, right? You need to know when to exit. And you need to know if you need to exit with profit, you need to exit with losses and cut your losses, or you need to buy more to average the entry price. So we realized that this wasn't for everybody because you need knowledge and you need to be there. So I was looking for something totally different. So we came with the copy trading idea. We say, let's going to implement copy trading in Zignaly. And we implemented, it was a huge success. We solved all the problem from Signal. Now you just need to go to the marketplace, you choose this guy, you have the track record of this guy, I'm going to choose this guy, and whatever this guy does is going to be replicated into my account. So it's perfect. But again, after almost 1 year with copy trading, we realized that it wasn't perfect. The problem with copy trading, and even more in crypto when you have market with very little volume, is that one thing is what the trader gets, the results from the trader, and a different thing is the results from the followers. In fact, if I'm a kind of malicious trader, I can place a entry, then my followers are going to come after me. These followers are going to pump the price, and I'm going to exit in the top of this pump, and then they are going to try to exit, but they will never get my results. So with this problem, we decided to give another step forward, and we launched what we call profit sharing. This is not copy trading anymore. Now what we do is something more similar to hedge funds. Everybody put the money in one single account, and this trader manage this money in behalf of everybody. So in this way, we can guarantee that everybody is going to have 100% the same results, proportionally to the contribution to the pooled account.
Interesting. So you found this workaround where, like you said, it's almost like a hedge fund in the sense that you are this investor, whoever you decide it is, you're putting in an allocation, and basically they're running the fund as if it were their own money. But like you said, the allocation is going and being split based on the amount that you have put in. I'm curious, and maybe because it's in crypto, maybe it's elsewhere. Like, how is it that these traders who are coming and doing that aren't getting hit up with like regulators and stuff like that? Like, how is it that they're able to do this without having to worry about any of those things?
So right now we are operating from a friendly jurisdiction, and we don't. Unfortunately, right now in the current version, we cannot offer this service to people from the US, people from China, and several different countries. So right now there is this problem or this thing with the regulator. We are not yet ready to get into the license and all the things that we will need. It's something that we are working on, and we think that we have a solution for that. But this is something for come. So right now, the only thing that we do is we don't allow people from US, from China, and the typical banned countries.
Got it. Okay. Yeah, I follow now. But for looking at how far Zignaly has come, so I mean, you have over 400,000 users, $120 million on the platform. You've seen over 0.6 billion volume. I mean, it's definitely come a long way in the last 5 years. How have you seen this kind of evolve, and where do you see this headed over the next year?
So I think it took us like 2 years to reach the first billion. And after that, we have been reaching the next one more and more faster. So we think that with profit sharing, we have found our flagship in Zignaly. This is the way that we plan to go. We launched the token last year, in April of last year. It's becoming an important piece in the ecosystem. Thanks to the token, we have launched different other products. Like we have the Launchpad, you have the Bolt. We have launched a raffle site for the NFTs. We are getting very interesting partnership with NFTs and some whitelist slot, so people can come to the platform and get this slot. We also have built a bridge. Now we work with Ethereum, BSC, Polygon, and Solana. And I think we have a really, really interesting product there. So we are thinking about making public this bridge so anybody can use this bridge and be a new option or an additional option to what we already have in the market. So with this technical background, and I have been dealing with security for a long time, the first rule in security is that nothing is secure. Nothing is 100% secure.
Yeah.
So, but you need to put as many layers as possible. You need to make it as difficult as possible. I think we have paid special attention to this thing about security. And then also what we are trying to do in Zignaly or the product is that we are trying to reach the masses. We are trying to create an easy to use platform, an easy to use product, good looking, with good usability. So you go to the bridge, you will see all these things that we are doing. How I think the interface is beautiful and it's easy to use and it's super intuitive. So this is what we are trying to do in all the product that we are doing. So I think step by step we are creating an ecosystem. At the beginning we were a trading platform and our main product was trading. Now we are launching the second version of profit sharing. And with profit sharing, we are getting a little bit out of trading. We are not more a trading platform. We are an investment platform. In fact, this new version, the new version about profit sharing, the cool thing is that the trader doesn't need to operate inside Zignaly. They can operate, if they are using MT4 or NinjaTrader or even what today was a competitor, they can use these trading tools outside of Zignaly, and still we are going to be able to offer profit sharing in the marketplace from this trader. So as I said at the beginning, we were a trading tool, and now we are an ecosystem with all these Bolt, Launchpad, investment platform, NFTs. The good thing is that each day there is something new, and we are open to add these things.
That's really cool, man. And it's interesting to see like how many tools and things you're building on top of Zignaly. And something I also want to point out is that, you've been building this for 5 years. So like you've seen a bear market. You've also seen a bull market, and you've seen the ebbs and flows of the ups and downs through this. But for a lot of these newer companies who are just now starting, not to say that we're officially in a bear market, but this is a lot of them have been building for the last 1 or 2 years, and maybe for the last couple months, and they're afraid to come to market just at this moment because it's not as bullish as it was a couple of months ago. Like, what would you tell these companies who haven't necessarily gone through this experience? Like, what would you tell yourself when you were first getting started in this?
What I will say to myself is something that I think everybody has in mind, but it's difficult to maintain, which is, and I think I have one mentor now in Zignaly, and he always remind me, he say very, very, in a very good way, which is 99% is super difficult, 100% is easy. So focus. Whatever you want to do, focus in that thing. Don't get distracted and go for it. We are in a bear market right now, but sooner or later, even if we are in a bull market, you know that the bear market is going to come at some point, and you need to be prepared. So if you only are gonna work when we are in a bull market, you are in a really, really bad disposition, right? Because It's gonna come. We see that a lot of projects that they were super bullish during this bull market, now they might be really, really close to zero. So we launched it in the worst time ever in the middle of 2018. We survived 2 years of bear market, as you say at the beginning, and then we have the bull market, and now we are again. I think we have been, I don't know, 7 months or so.
Yeah, we're entering 7 months of bearish activity.
Months. So it has been. Bitcoin didn't go to $3,000, but it has been a bad market. And you need to be prepared because sooner or later it's going to come. So you need to be prepared for that.
For sure. And appreciate that. I'm sure everyone listening appreciates it as well. But as you kind of look at the overall crypto market, there's a lot that's going on. Of course, you have DeFi, NFTs, security, regulation, et cetera. I know one of the things that, we talked about before the show is that your outlook on DeFi and how there's, some opportunities in that. Do you want to kind of expand on that a little bit?
So I think it's super exciting what we have in DeFi. And because, for example, right now, there is not too many traders who are actively trading daily, right? No, there is a lot of traders that they are able to make money when we are in a bull market, but there is no many traders that can make money when we are in a flat market or a big market. But the thing is that with the opportunities that we have in DeFi, you can stop trading, you can take your funds, and you can go to a farm. You can start playing with NFTs. If tomorrow somebody tokenize real estate, and I say tomorrow, but I think there is already projects that they are doing, you can put some of your portfolio in these real estate tokens and all the things that are going to come that we don't know yet. So I think it's a big opportunity. There is going to open the alternative that we have for investment for this option investment. So I think it's the future. I think we are finishing to build PS2, which is profit sharing 2.0, which is this new version where we don't need to operate inside Zignaly, but we already have defined the third version of profit sharing, and the third version of profit sharing is more aligned with this. We are going to allow much more strategies than just trading.
Yeah, well, I know I'm excited to check that out once that is available. And I know you also have some pretty big announcements coming. I know we can't cover those today, but I know we got some big things on the horizon around Zignaly. But man, I really appreciate it. And, always like to wrap up with a couple fun questions. And the first I would ask is, building Zignaly, you've learned a lot of lessons. If you had to go back and impart 1 or 2 pieces of wisdom to yourself when you were first building this, what would you say?
Okay, so again, the first one is the one about the focus. Take your goal and go for it. And the second one is that you need to surround yourself with good people. So you cannot be the smart guy in the room, right? So to find people, because if you have a good mission, a good vision, I'm sure that there is going to be people aligned with you. Find these people and build together, because there is a lot of different options, and by yourself you cannot cover everything.
Right. I think those are 2 really good points. So focus, it was very easy to get distracted and keep following the shiny object and not really lock in and finish a thing. So I've actually never heard it phrased that way. It's really hard to do the 99%. It's really easy to do the 100. AKA go all in, focus on this thing, just find a way to get it done. So I like that concept. And surround yourself with good people. I also co-sign that. It's good to have good community. It's also good to surround yourself with people who will challenge you and who will provide other ways of thinking that ultimately make what you're creating that much better. So I think really two awesome pieces of advice. And Bart, you shared a lot of really good information with us. I know I'm excited to go check out Zignaly, but what is a final thought that you want to leave with all the listeners here today?
So the final thought is that we were talking at the beginning that in 2014, I was thinking that it was too late for me. But even today, I think we have a huge opportunity now. I think the world is going to change. Nobody wants to work anymore in corporations. Now you can work for a DAO, and there is going to be DAO projects that have a mission that resonates with you. I think we are still at the beginning of all this, and that you can still take the opportunity to jump into the ship.
Absolutely. No time like the present. We're still super early in this space. There's still a lot of opportunity out there, and it's a very interesting place where you can, like you said, DAOs, I think, or companies, people aren't going to be working for corporations in the future. They're probably going to be working for DAOs. I think DAOs are the potential future LLCs, your future corporations that a lot of organizations are going to start moving towards. And it'll be interesting to see how that plays out. So really appreciate that final thought. Bart, people who listen to this, they're super excited. They want to learn more about it. They want to start using Zignaly. Where can they find you?
So you can find me in Twitter. You can find me. We have a channel in Discord. I try to be super close to the community, so you can reach me directly Discord, Twitter. I'm also in Telegram, so you can reach me there. So happy to answer any question.
Excellent. And we'll make sure to have those links in the show notes. And of course, you can go check out their website at Zignaly.com. That's Zignaly.com. So Bart, thank you so much for spending some time with us. Everyone listening, I hope you enjoyed all the amazing things that he had to share with us. And of course, stay cryptocurrent.